report on select committee business and report on legislation before the NCOP. Page 5, including parliamentary legislative program. Page 6, which is the last page. Closure, meeting agenda 919. Thank you very much. There being no corrections, can someone move for adoption of the minutes as a true reflection of what transpired at the meeting of the program committee dated July 2020?
I so move, Chairperson.
So move, Chair.
Okay. Let's just do the other way around. Baby moves long seconds. Thank you very much. We'll now move on to matters arising and we'll go through the action list. Secretary, can you take us through these issues?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As the action list indicates, all the matters which were programmed were proceeded with. The plenary of the 31st of July, the plenary of the 4th of August, the ministerial briefing of the 25th of August, the Women's Charter Review and the high-level session of the 26th of August, Women's Parliament, 28th August, Ministerial Briefing Session for the 1st of September, the Charter Review for the 2nd of September, and the questions to the President which took place yesterday on the 3rd of September. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone who wants to make any comment? No comment. I guess the issues are clear and straightforward. Let's move on to and look at item 6, consideration of the club parliamentary program. Njadu, are you there?
Yes, Chairperson. Good morning.
Yes,
good morning, members. Chairperson, the third term program 2020, it was engaged in consultation with WIPERI on the 2nd of September 2020. Today, Chairperson, is for the programming to endorse. Then the fourth term it will be only highlights, just to give members a sense of highlights for the fourth term, which is still in consultation with all relevant structures. Then Honorable Nyambi will deal with or elaborate on the committee matters. Therefore, Chairperson, I will, as today is Friday, is the 4th of September, I will start from the 7th of September. The 7th of September, which is next week, from the 8th to the 11th, will be local government week, which the last day of the local government week will be Friday, which they will have a debate on local government. Then on Friday also we will have a Women's Charter review session, and also we will have a PGIR meeting on Friday, which is the 11th of September. Then, Chairperson, we will go then to the 14th of September. The 15th of September. The 15th of September will be a committee of chairs meeting. Then we will have a plenary, a visual plenary, which will deal with our motions and consideration of reports. There's a number of reports as indicated on the program, Chair, which will be on the 15th of September. Then the 16th of September will be Provincial Whips Forum meeting, and also in the morning will be Provincial Whips Forum, in the afternoon will be a Heritage Day lecture. Then Chairperson will go then September, will be Programming Committee. For the last Programming Committee for the third term will be on the 17th of September. And then going together on the same day will be caucus and also a plenary, which will have a debate on Heritage Day, and also other items that will serve in front of the plenary. Will serve in front of the plenary will be the disaster management tax relief bill, and also the disaster management tax administration bill will also serve in front of plenary on the 17th of September. And the 18th of September will be the last day of the third term, which we will have a women's charter review high-level session. And then, Chairperson, the NCOP, in terms of NCOP and the NA, then the constituency period for the NCOP to start on the 21st of September 2020 until the 5th of October, which and end on the 5th of October, meaning that we will start aligned as programs of the two houses. Just highlights, Chairperson, that is the end of the presentation of the third term. Just highlights, Chairperson, which is not for discussing today, which will be consulted and then presented to the next programming committee on the 17th of September, which is from the 12th to the 12th October to 16 October, Provincial Week. Then we'll have the ministerial briefing on the 20th of October, programming committee, 27 October. We have three clusters, cluster 2A, 2B, and 2C, will be in the fourth term. We'll also have the deputy president on the 4th of November, which is confirmed by the deputy president, and then we'll also have the president on the fourth term. Then are provisional plenaries which will deal with legislation and debates. Then on the 24th to 5th of November, annual address by the president, and then the constituency period for the fourth term will start around about 13th of November. That is just for highlights, which is not for discussion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Njadu. Are there any comments?
Chairperson, Honorable Klute here.
Honorable? I can't hear you.
Klute.
Klute, yes.
It's Honorable Klute,
Please proceed,
Chairperson.
yeah.
Can you hear me,
Yeah,
Chairperson?
I can hear you.
Thank you. I just want to raise a question regarding the provincial week for the fourth term, and I know it's preliminary. I was just wondering whether we can get guidance, especially regarding the lockdown, how maybe the chief whip can help us with that, how it will affect provincial week next for the next term. How are we going to attend to that? Are we going to have virtual meetings? Is that the plan? Or is it like visits now? But for now, how are we looking to attend to provincial week?
Yes.
Chairperson, Honorable Klute here.
Honorable? Yeah. I can't hear you.
Klute.
Yes.
It's Honorable Klute, Chairperson.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Chairperson?
I can hear you.
Thank you. I just want to raise a question regarding the provincial week for the fourth
Thanks,
term.
Chair.
And I know it's preliminary.
No,
I was
let
just
me
wondering
welcome
whether
the
we can
presentation
get guidance,
by our
especially
programming
regarding
with
the
Honorable
lockdown,
Jandu. In supporting what you are saying, Chair, that the planned provincial week is for noting and adapt appropriate to that program, depending on what will be happening in the country. But for now, it's for noting, not for the detailed discussion in this meeting.
Thank you very much. Any other comment?
Yes, possibly to say, Chairperson, that
Yes,
the
Lucas.
programming we did indicate that they are still busy consulting. And I think that consultation, I hope the Honorable Tutor will be part of it, because all ideas will assist us. At the moment, I think it's just for all of us to throw our ideas in the pot, because we don't know whether we will have moved to level 1 at that stage, or we will still be in level 2. So let us take it as consultation.
Thank you very much. Any other comment? Thank you very much. We will then proceed. I think that the comments made by both Nyambi and Lucas will go a long way in ensuring that this work is attended to. Let's move to item 7. Report on select committee business and report on legislation before select committee. And can we have Nyambi?
Thank you, Chair. Greeting once again. Chair, we are pleased that committees continue to report success in convening virtual meetings, and that there is a marked improvement from the time when the concept of virtual meeting was conceived and put into action. As previously stated, Honorable Chair, issues of connectivity is still a challenge, and this is what some of the people are experiencing. As I'm presenting now, Chair, we had to drive because of even load shedding by ISCOM, so that I can be able to be part of this virtual meeting. When on COPTA is processing a total of 9 notices of interventions, extension of interventions, and progress reports in various municipalities. The committee is working towards finalizing all of these interventions in the 4th and obviously last term of the parliamentary year, Chairperson. Needless to say, my office will continue to support the work of the committee as it does all other committees address the Chairperson. When it comes to international agreements, the Select Committee on Security and Justice has whittled its list of international agreements down to 3 as follows. The first one is the ratification of the Republic of Brazil and the Republic of South Africa on the IPSA Fund for the alleviation of poverty and hunger, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. The second one is the agreement between the government of the Republic of South Africa and the European Atomic Energy Community, Euratom, for cooperation in the peaceful uses of nuclear energy, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution, Chair. Then the last one is the African Charter on Statistics, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, and the explanatory memorandum. When it comes to petitions and executive undertakings, Chair, the Select Committee on Petitions and Executive Undertakings has within its purview a total of 2 petitions, 11 executive undertakings, all of which are at various schemes, include a range of issues as commitments which were made by mineral resources and energy, higher education and technological services, culture, social development, small agriculture. Other matters before committees, Chair. 4 select committees whose dates of finalization are varied with. When it comes to the Select Committee on Finance, I can confirm that a letter has been received from the Minister of Finance to the Financial Sector Regulation 2018 made in terms of subsection 7 and subsection 4 and 3 of 4 of the Financial Sector Regulation made 2020 has been received from the Minister of Finance, inviting the relevant Parliament of Land and Agriculture Development Bank Act number 5 appointment to the Board of Land Bank, and the aim is to finish it by the 15th, as you might have seen, to the Committee on Health and Social Services is the issue of the appointment of Central Drug Authority Board. The aim is to finish it, reform environmental, mineral resources and energy. It's the list of threatened and protected terrestrial species and freshwater species, and the regulation of the threatened and protected terrestrial species and freshwater species made in terms of the National Environment Management Biodiversity Act. Then the second one is the submissions of norms and standards in South Africa. Then the one of COCTA, Traditional Affairs, Water Sanitation and Human Settlement, is the submission of petition calling for the National Council of Provinces to investigate the state of water infrastructure and inadequate performance by officials in Nkosazana, Zuma Local Municipality and Herikwala District Municipality by Honorable T. Bredetseth on behalf of the disgruntled community. The second one is the forensic investigation in terms of Section 108, subsection 1B of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act, read with Section 7 of Western Cape Monitoring and Support of Municipalities Act, into serious allegations of maladministration, fraud, corruption, and malpractice in Bitow local municipality in the Western Cape. A petition has been received from Mr. S. Dingobo, a representative of the South African Municipal Province. The petition seeks the intervention of the NCOP in relation to the alleged failure by the Utukela District Municipality, Amachuba District Municipality, Umzinyati District Municipality, and the Newcastle Local Municipality, and the Board of Tugela to implement the recommendation of the forensic report commissioned by the MEC for COCTA in KwaZulu-Natal and the challenges facing the Tugela Water Board. Other issues have been adequately covered by Honorable Njandu. I so table the report. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. There we are. That's a very detailed report. I was just saying to people here that I have just a glance at the report, but it's a very detailed report, covers a whole range of areas. And many of these issues are in process of being attended to. But they're being formally tabled at this programming committee. Thank you very much. Are there comments, questions, comments, clarity, suggestions? Yes. Yes. Any comments, suggestions, and so on?
Chairperson, yes, thank you very much.
Yes.
Chairperson, the AG's report on local government, is that going to come at some in the third or fourth quarter to the NCOP? Thank you.
Yes, there's the question there. I think it's broadly related to issues that have been raised. Are there any other questions or comments? Yeah, why don't you just comment very briefly on how we're dealing with the ages report?
Thank you, Chair. As correctly raised by Ambassador, the Chair, indeed, it's going to be dealt with adequately in the fourth quarter. But before that, before we finish the third term, as it has been presented by Honorable Njandu, on the law, that opportunity to start engaging some of the issues, because we have even extended the invitation to the AG and SALGA and the relevant ministers, so that we can be able to assist that sphere of government. And it will assist when we come to the fourth quarter, because already there's that foundation that will be done when we are dealing with the local government. Thanks.
What we should add there is just to indicate that part of the local government week will deal with a lot of those issues that are raised through the AG's report. Of course, that will not be the beginning and the end of the matter, as the Honorable Nyambi says. We'll have to deal with it in the part of we'll have to deal with some of the matters in the fourth quarter. Are there any other comments?
No, Chair, I think we are fine.
Okay. We'll proceed. I'm sure necessary follow-ups will have to be done on a whole range of matters. Let's go to item 8. Item 8 is the last item. Is Mr. Bell there?
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson. It's Ms. Mjobile from the Bureau's office.
Okay.
Yes. On our report today, we will report only on the highlighted items on the report. On bills before NA committees, which is item 4, we're reporting that the cyber crimes bill was returned to NA with amendments. The Portfolio Committee on Justice accepted the amendments, and they will report on the C and the D versions of the bill. And when we go down to item 24 up until to 28, those bills were introduced since the last meeting, which is the Financial Sector Laws Amendment Bill, Criminal Law Sexual Offences Amendment Bill, Criminal and Related Matters Amendment Bill, Children's Amendment Bill, Cannabis for Private Purposes Bill. And on item C, on NCOP order paper, we've got one bill, which is the Prescription Sexual Offences Amendment Bill. And on D, item 13 and 14, the 2 disaster management bills were transferred from the NA to the NCOP for concurrence. And lastly, we report that the Judicial Matters Amendment Bill will be sent to the President for assent, and the second language of the bill is Afrikaans. That's all from our report, Chair. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. There we are. Any comments on the bill before National Assembly committees, as well as the 24 to 28 introduced introductions since the last meeting? Any comment on that first page? No, no comment. Thank you very much. On page 2, description, sexual offenses, C, none. Thank you very much. Comments on D, bills before the NCOP committees. Bills before the NCOP committees. Any
Chairperson,
comment? Yes.
can maybe as the bills presented, we be advised as to what is the progress relating to the bill? Are they just before the committee, or are there any engagements relating to the bills? Because they are just presented as committees, bills before committees.
No, thank you very much. A suggestion that I'm sure the team can look at improving the way this is presented. It shouldn't really be a problem. But are there any other comments?
Chairperson.
Yes, yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
Yeah.
Chair.
Yes.
I don't want. It's one issue that I don't want to take it for granted that I understand it. They're saying the second language of a bill is Afrikaans. If maybe I can be clarified why we're making second language to be Afrikaans of bills, so that I can.
Miss Nsobile.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Nyambi, the Judicial Matters Amendment Bill the principal act was translated into Afrikaans. So if we're amending the bills into the language of the principal act, so because the principal act was translated into Afrikaans, that is why this amendment must also be translated into Afrikaans. So that is the reason why this bill is translated into Afrikaans. Thank you.
Chairperson.
I don't know, Nyambi, if you are here, but that was really meant to respond broadly to your
Chairperson.
question. Yes, Mukause.
The issue I raised is not a matter to be referred back to the presenter. It can actually be responded to now in a meeting. But also the question raised by Honorable Nyambi, it's still not clear. How can that bill just be translated to Afrikaans, not any other language, or Setswana, or is it Xhosa? We need something that can actually be more clearer relating to what was presented. Thank you, Chair.
Let's note the language question. Note it. At some point, we'll come back to some discussion on that. The issue, though, that I thought is important in what is being raised is that, yes, the high-level two-page report, I think it's fairly good. It serves the purpose. But when it comes to matters legal, I would prefer, in an ongoing manner, not in one stroke, in an ongoing manner, a way of really ensuring that matters legal are demystified. They're made much more easier to follow. And in relation to these bills, Njadu and company can also assist, just to have a sense of how far we're with each of the bills, and if there are delays indeed, that those are identified and we correct them going forward. But I'm saying that this 1-page, 2-page, high-level summary, it's a very good idea. But of course, there's always room for improvement in any work that we grapple with and do on a day-to-day basis.
Chair,
Any other comment? Lucas?
Just on the,
Lucas first.
Chairperson can give you to the advocate, because I just wanted to say with regards to the issue of the disaster, the two disaster bills. Remember that Honorable Karim brought it up to say it should be programmed for the plenary so that we can finalize the two bills, because the committee have finalized the two.
No.
I'm just mentioning it just for the record.
Okay. Thank you very much, Advocate.
Chairperson, whilst we note the comments by Honorable Mukause, but the report by the House Chairperson committees also details how far the bills are before committees, but as well as other matters that appear before committees.
No, thank you very much. I think that does shed some light. But in an ongoing way, those of you who are lawyers must be sympathetic to those of us who are not lawyers, and require some of these things require some elucidation, clarity, simplification, and so on. Chief Whip, last word.
no, Chair, I do agree with the reports that were presented here, and even what the Deputy Chair is indicating on the disaster bills. We did reprioritize the bills for the third term so that they are considered and dealt with accordingly. And lastly, Chair, I just want to wish the family of my office manager well after a gang of criminals stormed in their house in these early hours of today and seized some property. I believe that the law enforcement agencies will deal with such gangs that continue to loom in the streets to harass innocent families. Thanks.
Who's your
Chief Whip.
Is
Yeah, that's a very, very important comment. We need to keep an eye on these acts of criminality and study them quite closely. And indeed, if there's a pattern that is emerging, that necessarily action need to be taken. So thanks for the report and for the comment. It goes beyond really just being a comment. Let's pay attention to these things. Let's study them closely, and let's ensure that relevant authorities act on these matters. One can say more. Actions speak louder than words, and action tends to be the most complex thing, rather than just merely putting ideas on the table. Let's ensure that these matters get attention. Yes, attention. There being no other business, the meeting is.
There's one issue. There's one issue.
What is the issue?
The issue of Honorable Mokause, Chair. I wanted to propose that she must smile quite often instead of being angry all the time. We're a family here. Thank you.
And she's got a beautiful.
Supported and not.
We're getting there. Thank you very much. The meeting is closed.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Long live the Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you.
I